Welcome. Rounding off is one of the most crucial aspects of mathematics. There is a lot of confusion regarding the correct method. Today, we are going to learn how to round off numbers up to a certain decimal places. Here, I will elaborate with the help of these examples. Suppose, let us take the number, the first number 10.568. 10.568. We are going to round off this number up to two decimal places. Up to two decimal places. So we need the answer up to two decimal places. So what do? We we will have to observe the number carefully. If we are going to write the number up to two decimal place, it will not be 10.56. So what will it be? So we have to observe, after cutting the number up to two decimal place, the immediately next number, here it is 8. The immediately next digit is 8. If the immediate next digit is greater than 5, if it is greater than 5, simply we will add 1 to this digit, the last decimal place. That is, if we are going to approximate this number up to two decimal places, then it will be 10.57, because it was 10.56 and up here plus 1. Why plus 1? Because after this sixth place, the digit was 8, which was greater than 5. Since it is greater than 5, we add plus 1 to the earlier digit. So the answer becomes 10.57. I am going to elaborate this rule once again with the help of the second number. The second number given is 25.69 and 8. 6, pardon me, 696, not 8. Now I have to round off this number correct up to two decimal places. So what do? I have to first cut the number up to the desired decimal place where I will use my, up to which I will approximate, and like I have put the line between 9 and 6 because I want to write it correct up to two decimal places. Then I will observe the digit immediately next to this cutoff. Here it is 6. Now 6 is greater than 5. 6 is greater than 5. Since 6 is greater than 5, I add 1 to the immediately preceding digit. So here it becomes 25.69 plus 1, that is 70. This is the approximate value up to two decimal places. I hope you understood this. So I am reiterating once again, if a number is to be approximated up to a certain decimal place, we have to see the digit immediately next to that decimal place. If it is greater than say 5, then we add 1 to the immediately preceding digit. That is the thing. Let me elaborate this rule with the help of another example. Suppose for the third example, I'm using the number of number 3. number C. I'm using the number C. In the number C, the number given is 6.567. I want to write it correct up to one decimal place. Now, if I want to write it up to one decimal place, I have to cut off here. This is the cutoff line, and the digit immediately next to the cutoff line is 6. I can see it's 6. Now, this 6 is greater than 5. Since it's greater than 5, the immediately preceding number is increased by 1. So if it is increased by 1, it will become 6.6. Now this I have done. I have approximated it. I have approximated it up to one decimal place. One decimal place. Had it been, if I had to cut off up to two decimal place, then I would have used a different thing. Then let me show you that. Suppose the number is, again I'm writing the number one over again, 6.567, and I want to approximate it up to two decimal place. So I cut it after two decimal place between the 6 and 7, and doing so I can see the number, the digit immediately after 6, immediately after 6, I mean immediately after the cutoff line is 7. Now this 7 is greater than 5. This 7 is greater than 5. So we apply the rule that we add 1 to the immediately preceding digit, that is 6. So if we added 1 to the immediately preceding digit, then the answer after approximating it up to two decimal place will be 6.57. This is the rule. So what is the rule? The rule is that if I want to cut off a number, suppose let us take another example, 8, 6, 7, 9. I want to cut off it into up to two decimal place. Then the cutoff line is after 7, and after that cutoff line there is the digit is 9, now which is again greater than 5. So we what we do is that we add 1 to the immediately preceding digit, which is 7, and it becomes 8.68. Proceeding, now let us go to the second case. What if the second case tells us, what if the digit is less than 5? I mean the number, let us elaborate with the help of the first number. First number is 56.254. Here I want to uh, round off the number correct up to two decimal place. Now I want, so if I have to uh, round off after two decimal place, then I have to cut off after 5, which is up to two decimal place. So I can see that the number, the digit after the cutoff line is 4. Now 4 is less than 5. In this scenario, what do we do? If the digit after the cutoff line is less than 5, then what do we do? Then we do nothing basically. We don't do anything. We don't add anything. We simply keep it like this. So the answer at rounded off number stays 56.25. Okay, let us take another example to elaborate this case. For example, let us take the number e. In case of the number e, the given number is 29.582. I want to approximate the number up to two decimal place. So I draw the cutoff line after 8. So the digit immediately next to the cutoff line is 2. So this 2 is less than 5. So if that is so, what do we do? Like I said again, we do nothing. We simply write the approximated number as 29.58. That is our answer. That is the approximated value. Approximated value. That is the approximated value. Well, I hope you have understood the this case. Let us further practice with more example. I mean the last number for this case. So the last number is uh, 30.479. Here I want to cut off it up to two decimal place. Well, cut off after two decimal place. If I cut off, then after the cutoff line, the digit here is uh, 9 and not 9. This 9 is basically greater than 5, so it doesn't fall in this case at all. But this is a case of previous case, the first case I discussed. So here, since 9 is greater than 5, the digit immediately preceding this digit 9 is 7. We add 1 to the immediately preceding digit. So the approximated number becomes 30.47 plus 1, which is 30.48. This is the correct approximation after approximating it up to two decimal place. Now the two cases we have studied, and there is a special case remaining. Let us go to that special case. What if the number after the cutoff line is not greater than 5, neither is it less than 5, but 5? What will happen? Suppose take example of this number 25.265. Here, if I want to approximate this number up to two decimal place, then I draw a line after the two decimal place, and I can see 5 after the number 6 after the cutoff line. Now what will we do? This is something we have to see. If it is like this, a number which is basically this, then if we have to draw a cutoff line after two decimal place, we do what? We see the number and we see that there is 5 after the cutoff line in both the numbers. What do we do? Then we see the preceding number. We don't do anything with the preceding number now. We just observe the preceding number. In case here the preceding number is 6, which is the even number. But in the second example, we see the preceding number is 7, which is a odd number. Now, in case of an even number, we do nothing. But in case of, if we see the preceding number is an odd number, then we add 1 to that number. Understood? The reason is that even numbers are even numbers are basically very easy to calculate. Even numbers are very easy to calculate. So this is the reason why we we let the even number stay, and if there is an odd number, then we increase the number by 1 to make it an even number. So as you can see here, the approximated number becomes, after two decimal place, becomes 2.26. Actually it remains 2.26, but in case of the second number, since the digit before the cutoff line is odd, we add 1 to it and it becomes 60.38. It becomes an even number. This is the rule of approximation. If we have 5 after the cutoff line, now we solve another example. Suppose the number is 50.65 and a 5. Let us see what will we do in such a case. We are going to approximate it up to two decimal place. So two decimal place. Now after two decimal place, let us draw a cutoff line. We drew a cutoff line, then we observe that the digit after the cutoff line is 5. It is neither greater than 5 nor less than 5 but 5. Then we apply the rule that if it is 5, then we observe the digit before the cutoff line. Is it even or is it odd? Here I can see it's again 5, so it's odd. So what do? We add 1 to this 5. We add 1 to this 5, so it becomes 6. So the approximated value correct up to two decimal places of this number 50.655 is nothing but 50.66, because it is a even number. It is a even number. Thank you. I hope you all understood. Let us call it a day.